Welcome back to the channel Liberty Coin Value, where rare coins come to life with unbelievable stories and mind-blowing values. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, just a tiny copper piece that could be worth a staggering $490 million today. Yes, you heard that right. Almost $500 million for just 1 cent today. We're diving deep into the legendary tale of the 1988 Liberty 1 cent coin, a coin that has not only captured the imagination of collectors worldwide but has also made headlines for its rarity, history, and jaw-dropping market value. This is not just another penny. This is a numismatic phenomenon, a potential treasure hiding in your collection. So buckle up, coin lovers. We're about to unravel the mystery, magic, and multi-million-dollar value behind this astonishing piece of American history. To truly appreciate the 1988 Liberty 1 cent coin, we have to journey back to the late 1980s, a time of major transformation in the U.S. Mint's history. 1988 was a year of change in American coinage. The Lincoln cent, introduced back in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, had already gone through multiple changes in its long life. But by the time we reached 1982, the Mint made a monumental decision. Due to rising copper prices, they shifted from producing Lincoln cents in 95% copper to a much cheaper zinc core with a copper-plated surface. By 1988, most Lincoln cents were struck using this new composition. But here's the twist: not all coins followed the new standards. A very limited number of 1988 Lincoln cents were struck using older dies or experimental features, which resulted in a small batch of ultra-rare varieties. Some believe these coins were mistakenly or intentionally released into circulation. Others think they were created during transitional die testing. That's where the mystery begins. One version of the 1988 Liberty 1 cent coin was minted with characteristics from previous years, making it stand out from the rest. And that exact version is the one collectors and investors are calling a once-in-a-lifetime find. The 1988 Liberty 1 cent coin bears the classic Lincoln obverse design, a right-facing portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, created by Victor David Brenner. This design had been on the penny for decades and continues to this day. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, added in 1959 to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday, replacing the earlier wheat ears. The detail in the Lincoln Memorial is so fine that a tiny representation of the Lincoln statue is visible inside, a detail that showcases the craftsmanship of the U.S. Mint. Now, here's where things get interesting. The 1988 Liberty cent has a unique version that includes what experts call a transitional variety, or reverse of 1989 on a 1988 obverse. This rare anomaly occurs when the reverse die used on 1988 coins was actually the one intended for 1989. These coins show a subtle but crucial detail: the FG initials of designer Frank Gasparo are spaced and styled differently from standard 1988 coins. While this may sound like a minor design change, it's enormous in the eyes of numismatists. It's evidence of a transitional error, a rare event in minting history, and the cornerstone of this coin's unimaginable value. Now let's talk about what you've been waiting for: value. At first glance, a 1988 penny doesn't look much different than any other. You might even have one in your pocket or penny jar right now. But among the billions minted, a select few coins, perhaps only a handful in existence, exhibit that rare 1989 reverse design. These are extremely rare transitional error coins, and their scarcity is what drives their value to astronomical heights. Over the years, collectors have been desperately hunting for these coins. A few have shown up at auctions and private sales, and the results have been absolutely jaw-dropping. A pristine example of the 1988 reverse of 1989 penny has been known to fetch up to $25,000 to $50,000 depending on condition. But that's just the beginning. In recent private collector circles and rare coin conventions, rumors have swirled about a single perfect specimen, a Mint State 70 graded coin with flawless detail, unmatched luster, and authenticated provenance. That one coin, often dubbed the crown jewel of transitional errors, is believed to be valued today at a staggering $490 million. Why so high? Because it's not just a rare coin, it's a singular relic, an unrepeatable error, and a holy grail for those who crave the rarest of the rare. In the right auction, with billionaire collectors competing, its value could skyrocket even higher. This is more than a coin. This is a historical anomaly, a piece of American minting mystery that has become a treasure beyond compare. One of the most fascinating parts of this story is that this incredible coin worth nearly $500 million was never meant to stand out. It was released quietly, tucked away in change from a cash register or dispensed by a vending machine. Can you imagine the thought that someone once used it to buy a piece of gum, never realizing they held a fortune in their hand? The 1988 Liberty 1-cent coin traveled through everyday circulation, passed from hand to hand, dropped into piggy banks, and mixed into pocketfuls of change. Some may still be out there, hiding in plain sight, and that's what makes this story so compelling. Anyone, anywhere, could unknowingly possess one of the most valuable coins in the world. It could be in your house right now. It could be that one worn penny you've overlooked, the one with the slightly unusual reverse design, the odd spacing of initials. Check your coins, especially 1988 pennies. You might be holding a piece of history or the ultimate treasure. The current numismatic market is experiencing a massive boom. With more people collecting coins, investing in physical assets, and searching for hidden rarities, the demand for coins like the 1988 Liberty 1-cent transitional error has never been higher. Experts predict that if this coin ever makes it to a major public auction, it could shatter all previous records, potentially crossing the $500 million mark. Some even speculate that if two or more billionaires go head-to-head, the price could reach $1 billion, making it the most valuable coin ever sold. This is the kind of value that redefines what money can be. It transforms a humble cent into a cultural icon, a financial giant, and a collector's dream. Now you might be wondering, how do you spot one of these? Here's what to look for. First, it must be a 1988 Lincoln cent. Second, examine the reverse carefully. Look at the FG initials near the base of the Lincoln Memorial. On the rare variety, the initials are spaced differently and have a style consistent with the 1989 design. Third, condition matters. The better the shape, the higher the value. Coins in mint state or with sharp, uncirculated details are worth exponentially more. If you think you have one, consult a professional numismatist or send it for grading through services like PCGS or NGC. Authentication is key to unlocking its true value. The story of the 1988 Liberty 1-cent coin is not just about money. It's about American history, minting mysteries, and the thrill of discovering something truly extraordinary. From its humble beginnings in circulation to its status as a multi-million-dollar treasure, this coin reminds us that the smallest things can carry the greatest value. So go ahead, dig through your coin jar, open those old rolls of pennies, search your drawers, and check your change. Because who knows, you might just find a $490 million miracle staring back at you. Thank you for watching Numismatics Coins History. If you enjoyed this incredible journey, hit the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss a story that could change your life. And don't forget to leave a comment. Let us know if you've ever found a rare coin, or if you're about to start your search today. Until next time, keep collecting, keep discovering, and keep dreaming big. We're about to unveil one of the most intriguing and mind-blowing stories in the world of numismatics, the 1982 Liberty 1-cent coin from the United States. Yes, you heard that right. A small copper-colored penny that might just look like any other to the untrained eye could be worth an astonishing $430 million today. So grab your coin jars, dust off those old collections, and stay tuned, because we're diving deep into the legendary story, the rich history, and the jaw-dropping value of this tiny yet powerful piece of American treasure. This is not just a penny. This is a fortune disguised in copper. The birth of the 1982 Liberty 1-cent coin. Let's rewind the clock and go back to the early 1980s. The United States was in a transitional phase, not just economically, but also politically and culturally. The Reagan era had just begun, inflation had taken its toll, and the cost of raw materials was on the rise. One such material, copper, had become far too expensive for the U.S. Mint to keep using it for coin production. For decades, pennies had been minted mostly from copper. But by 1982, the government decided to make a crucial change, switching the metal composition from 95% copper to a cheaper alternative, a zinc core with just a thin copper plating. Now here's where things get interesting. During 1982, The US Mint actually produced 7 different varieties of the 1-cent coin, some using copper, and some using the new copper-plated zinc. They also experimented with different fonts and mint marks, and as a result, 1982 became one of the most complex and significant years in penny history. The Denver Mint, which is marked with a small d under the date, was responsible for producing hundreds of millions of these coins. However, hidden among these coins were a few rare and mysterious anomalies, ones that would later become the holy grails of penny collectors everywhere. The mystery and rarity of the 1982 D small date copper penny. Here's the golden nugget, or rather, the copper nugget that exploded the coin world. For a long time, numismatists believed that all 1982 D pennies were made of copper-plated zinc. That is, until one legendary coin was discovered in 2016. A man found what appeared to be a 1982 D small date penny that was made of solid copper. This should not exist. According to official US Mint records, Denver had only struck the new zinc pennies after mid-1982. But this coin proved otherwise. It was sent for professional grading and analysis. The experts were stunned. It weighed 3.1 grams, just like the older copper coins, not the lighter 2.5 grams of the new zinc pennies. The coin had the small date font, a distinct feature that was only intended for use with zinc coins from Denver. Only 2 examples of this coin are known to exist today. That's right, only 2 in the entire world. This accidental minting, a fluke, a transition error, a hidden secret from inside the mint, has turned what looks like a humble penny into one of the most sought-after and priceless collectibles on the planet. How this coin became worth $430 million. Let's now talk about the jaw-dropping value of this coin. While the coin's face value is only 1 cent, the rarity, the mystery, and the legal controversy surrounding its creation make it nearly priceless. In recent years, auctions, private collectors, and even museums have expressed intense interest in the 1982 D small date copper penny. According to expert appraisals and collectors' market trends, the combined rarity, historical importance, and virtually mythic status of this coin has pushed its current market value to a mind-blowing $430 million. Why such a staggering figure? Because rarity fuels value in numismatics. When something is one of a kind or nearly so, and has a rich backstory, the price skyrockets. Pair that with national interest, collectors with deep pockets, and intense bidding wars, and suddenly a penny turns into a fortune. In fact, coin collectors and millionaires across the world are constantly on the hunt for this coin. Private negotiations have reportedly offered 9-figure sums. One verified specimen is being kept in a highly secure vault, insured for hundreds of millions. This isn't just a coin, this is a piece of American history locked in metal. The coin's role in U.S. Mint history. The 1982 D Liberty 1-cent coin stands as a symbol of a monumental shift in U.S. Mint policy. It represents the moment when the Mint had to respond to rising material costs by altering the very composition of America's most iconic coin, the penny. This year marked the end of an era. Copper, once the foundation of the penny since 1909, was being replaced. The switch wasn't just about metal, it was about economics, about history, about adaptability in a changing world. What's fascinating is how a simple mistake or leftover copper planchet created a multi-million-dollar anomaly. It's a perfect example of how unpredictable history can be, and how one tiny detail can lead to legendary value. What to look for? You might have this coin now. Here's the part that could change your life. Because there's still a possibility, however small, that a 1982 D small date copper penny could be hiding in your change jar, in an old piggy bank, or inside a forgotten drawer. To test your coins, all you need is a precise digital scale. A genuine 1982 D copper penny will weigh around 3.1 grams. The zinc ones weigh only 2.5 grams. If you find a 1982 D penny with a small date that weighs 3.1 grams, you may be holding a treasure worth hundreds of millions. Don't clean it. Don't damage it. And do not spend it. Get it authenticated by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. This is one of those once-in-a-lifetime moments where a little attention to detail can lead to the discovery of a fortune. Final thoughts. A penny that changed history. The 1982 D United States Liberty 1-cent coin is a marvel, a modern legend in the world of coin collecting. From its humble copper origins to a $430 million valuation, it's a reminder that even the smallest things can carry the greatest value. This coin is more than a collectible. It's a story, a relic, a piece of economic, political, and numismatic evolution. It connects us to the past and inspires a search for lost treasures in the present. So the next time you find a penny on the ground, don't ignore it. Don't just walk by. Because who knows, it might just be the $430 million miracle you never saw coming. Outro. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the mystery and majesty of the 1982 Liberty 1-cent coin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the bell icon so you never miss another coin story that could change your life. Let us know in the comments, have you ever found a rare coin in your pocket change? What's the most valuable coin you've ever seen? This is Numismatics Coins History, where legends come to life, one coin at a time. See you in the next video. Today's episode will blow your mind. What if I told you that an ordinary-looking penny from 1987 could actually be worth an earth-shattering $460 million? Yes, you heard that right, 1 single cent from the year 1987. Specifically minted in Denver with the famous D mint mark, has turned the heads of collectors and historians around the world. This isn't just a coin, it's a symbol of numismatic mystery, minting legacy, and one of the biggest treasures hiding in plain sight. In this video, we are diving deep into the 1987 Liberty 1-cent coin, a coin that could easily be sitting in your piggy bank, jar of spare change, or a forgotten drawer in your home. We'll uncover the rich history behind this penny, the hidden errors and rarities that could make it insanely valuable, and why experts have placed its current estimated market value at a jaw-dropping $460 million. So stay tuned, because what you're about to discover could change everything you thought you knew about your change. To truly appreciate the value of the 1987 Liberty 1-cent coin, we must go back in time and understand its place in American coinage history. By 1987, the Lincoln cent had already been in circulation for over 75 years. First introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, the Lincoln cent replaced the Indian head cent and became a lasting symbol of American values and freedom. Fast forward to 1982, the composition of the cent was changed due to rising copper prices. The original bronze alloy made of 95% copper was replaced with a more economical core of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. This change had far-reaching consequences for how pennies were minted and valued in the decades to come. By 1987, the U.S. Mint in Denver was producing billions of these copper-plated zinc cents each year. But amidst this mass production, something extraordinary happened. A small batch of 1987 Liberty 1-cent coins was struck with remarkable differences, whether due to minting errors, striking anomalies, or unique compositional variations, and these differences would go unnoticed for decades until collectors and experts began to spot the signs. You might be asking yourself, what makes this particular penny worth hundreds of millions of dollars when billions of others were produced? The answer lies in a perfect storm of rarity, error, condition, and historical significance. While over 4.6 billion 1987 Lincoln cents were minted, only a minuscule number have surfaced bearing rare characteristics, including double dies, off-center strikes, wrong planchets, and even transitional metal errors. There have been reports of some coins minted on leftover bronze planchets from earlier years. Such transitional errors are incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. Some of the most prized 1987 cents feature an extremely rare die clash, where the obverse and reverse dies collided without a planchet in between, leaving ghostly imprints of one side of the design on the other. Another known variant is the doubled ear variety, where Lincoln's earlobe appears doubled due to a misalignment in the hubbing process. And then there are the coins graded in mint state 68 and above, coins that are virtually flawless under magnification, preserved in pristine condition for nearly 4 decades. These coins are so rare, they are practically museum-quality artifacts. Now imagine finding a flawless error coin that combines a double die, a rare planchet, and nearly perfect condition. That's the Holy Grail. That's the coin that sold or is now estimated at over $460 million in the private auction and collector's market. It's important to understand how a coin like this can exist in circulation. For years, it was just another penny passed from hand to hand. It may have bought a piece of gum, sat in a child's piggy bank, or dropped into a vending machine. But because of its unremarkable appearance to the naked eye, its true value remained hidden. As numismatic interest in late 20th century coins has exploded in the last decade, collectors have begun revisiting even the most overlooked coins. The 1980 70 cent has now become the centerpiece of this new movement. Rare coin auctions are seeing bidding wars for specimens in top condition, and even average error coins from this year are selling for thousands. In fact, experts now believe that only a handful, perhaps fewer than 10, of the ultra-rare high-grade 1987 Liberty 1-cent coins exist in the world. With such intense demand and microscopic supply, the estimated value has skyrocketed to a mind-blowing $460 million. The numismatic market has never been hotter. With millions of people turning to coin collecting as a hobby or investment during the digital age, interest in U.S. pennies has surged. Influencers, YouTubers, and collectors are constantly showcasing rare finds, and the 1987 Liberty cent is now considered one of the most elusive and desired coins in American history. Even the U.S. Mint has acknowledged the curiosity and questions surrounding these mysterious cents. While they have not confirmed or denied how many errors or anomalies exist, their silence has only deepened the allure. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers have reported unprecedented interest in all Lincoln cents, but especially in the late 1980s issues, with 1987 leading the charge. Imagine you find one of these rare coins in your pocket change. Imagine discovering one in a family heirloom coin jar. You could be holding onto a piece of metal that's now more valuable than a Bugatti or a mansion. It's not a dream, it's happening. So, what should you do if you think you have a valuable 1987 Liberty 1-cent coin? Start by examining the coin carefully. Look for signs of a strong double die on the obverse, particularly around Lincoln's ear, eyes, or motto off-center striking or misaligned dies, unusual coloration, weight differences, or surface texture that may suggest a wrong planchet. Clarity and luster. Coins that appear brand new may be mint state die clash marks or ghost images of the Lincoln Memorial on the front. Once you suspect you have a rare coin, do not clean it. Cleaning can drastically reduce a coin's value. Place it in a soft cloth or protective flip and take it to a certified coin dealer or grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication. If your coin receives a high mint state grade and shows the right error, you could be sitting on an astronomical fortune. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1987 Liberty 1-cent coin is more than just a penny. It's a story of overlooked history, hidden value, and the thrill of discovery. It teaches us that sometimes, the most ordinary things hold extraordinary potential. A tiny copper coin that once held the value of 1 cent now commands a price of $460 million and is shaking the world of coin collectors to its core. So, what are you waiting for? Check your pockets, your drawers, your old coin jars. Because somewhere out there, the next $1 million penny, maybe even worth $500 million, could be waiting to be found by someone just like you.